had your kids, had your wife.
All right, let's roll. Yeah. Happy, it's December 7th. So before we get into it, in April, had a chance to go to Pearl Harbor. It was definitely unforgettable and one of those things that you just don't forget. Being able to go up in a tower and kind of get a good lay of everything and going in the Arizona Memorial, all those types of things. And I think it's just to, just kind of talking with my wife, I kind of joked, well, it's a good thing. Ready for it? It's a good thing no team signed Yamamoto. If you know, you know. If you don't, you need to go learn some history. But World War II, that was the big one. Last one we actually seemed to really won. Yeah, those were incredible, mostly men that fought the Japanese, the Imperial Japanese military, and fish guts. What's up? And then of course the Nazis beat the Nazis pretty hard. So with the help of the Soviets and all that stuff. But hey, okay, to baseball. Tomorrow is December 8th. Another weird day for some of us that are a little bit older. But yeah, let's talk. So I'm going to go to my page. And this is just a little prediction type thing I threw out there. Crazy prediction. The Dodgers will reset their luxury tax number this season with or without signing Shohei Ohtani. They have $63 million to play with right now. I would like to be wrong. So if y'all recall, I'm going to a little history lesson. After the Dodgers barely lost the World Series in 2017, just a couple calls here and there, a little cheating going on we didn't know about. Dodgers win that World Series. And what did the Dodgers do that offseason? They reset the luxury tax. Why would you do that? But they did. Now, this is a different type of season where everything was poo for a minute, at the end there, and poo the previous year, too, at the end. So, I think that looking at stuff, we just got to go, well, would they do it again? And I got a feeling they would. So let's take a quick look at the payroll. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit here. So SportTrack has been proven to me to be the very best at tracking all this information. I know that one of the things that I do is with Dodgers Nation, I was tracking the payroll. So that was my page that I had, the payroll page. And so I have always been fascinated by numbers. It's one of the reasons I love baseball so much, to be honest, was the numbers. So looking at real quick, just a quick overview, right? So the luxury tax threshold in 2024 is going to be $237 million. Here's all the crap that goes into it. The annual average payroll for each player, $111 million. Then they do all this they try to estimate the arbitration. So that's almost $39 million. Then they say, okay, the pre-arbitration, which is basically the guys the minimum, they are at a little over $3 million. They have to pay. These are the benefit, medical, all that type of stuff, like normal employees, except they have a lot more of them than we do. $17 million. There is no minor buried salaries, and then minor league salaries of guys that are on the 40-man roster, but they make more than the rest of the minor leaguers. They make, I think it's like $200,000 when they're on the minor league roster, so it covers that. Total of $132 million. Then their projection total tax allocations, they have it at $174 million. And so that was about 63 million-ish under the threshold. And then let's take a quick look at some salaries. So luxury tax salary, so we're not getting rid of Mookie Betts. I really don't see that happening, nor Freddie Freeman. Chris Taylor, congratulations on your baby boy. He is, just be honest, he's a candidate to be traded. Muncy, I don't think he's a candidate to be traded just because I think they agreed probably under the covers to not trade him. Hayward, I doubt they would trade Freddie's friend. Joe Kelly, they just signed him. You kind of look at those two salaries, and they're both very, fun guys to have. But man, Miggy Rojas, and Gonzalez, that's a wash. He's going to get paid for he's going to be injured all year. Austin Barnes, and then should have some others in here. Okay, here's like the arbitration guys. They could have let some of these guys go, but they didn't, of course. Definitely Will Smith, sign that man. Walker, Yarbrough, Evan Phillips, Dustin May, Gratterall. So Ferguson, that's another, they could have done some things, but they decided not to. So now we've got, 64 million. Now, if we're trying to look at math and everything like that, so Shohei makes it really tight. But if they were to work a little bit of magic, and they're definitely going to work with Shohei to make the AAV as low as possible, I'm going to assume they get to 40 million. Joe Kelly would be an honor to give up his 17 to Ohtani. Hey, Steven. I heard that in some other thing he said he wanted a car. And you know what? Shohei, give Joe Kelly a great car. But actually, Shohei, I thought he was, like when he was going with the Angels, he wanted 27, but that was kind of taken by Mr. Trout. Maybe he'd want 27. That'd be kind of cool to have him wear the same number as Matthew Ryan Kemp. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Maybe he would want to do a different number. But let's just say, with money-wise, right, you go, okay, so 64 minus 40 leaves you 24 million. Now, let's take a quick look at some other people's salaries that we might want to acquire. Ooh, hey, don't do that, Rogers. Come on. So let's look at this. This would, of course, preclude. What about 16? That's Will Smith. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's look at what Corbin Burns' salary is. So we got 24 million to play with at the moment. They're estimating him at 14 million. So that gets us to having 10 million left. And then, so let's say they traded for Dylan Cease. And his estimate is, what is that? 8,300,000. So sign Shohei, work that AAV out so it gets down to 40 million-ish. So there's that. Then minus 14 million for Corbin Burns, and then minus 8 for Dylan Cease, and you still got a little over $1 million left. So it is possible. It's highly unlikely, and to be honest, I don't want the Dodgers to do that. I don't want that to happen. I want them to just go all out. I want Yamamoto just not signing him today on December 7th. Let's just see if there's any quick notifications. I got to check. You just don't know. Nada. False hope. So I'll go to that in a minute. So then, of course, if they don't get him, I think they would reset the salary, the luxury tax, even with signing Yamamoto, trading for whatever, signing Lucas Giolito. I think they would be able to easily do that. And even trade for Randy Arozarena. So they've got 64 million to play with. if they're smart about it, but at the same time, you can't go and that's just going into the season hoping that no one else gets hurt. That's an issue. And I think they're short at the plate. If they don't get Ohtani, they have to get someone like an Arozarena or someone that's going to stand out a bit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm thinking. So let me know your thoughts about with or without Ohtani. Do you think the Dodgers would reset the luxury tax? Like I said, it fascinates me. Throw out some proposals. So we're going to move on. Just for now, we'll go jump to a new topic. Leave that in there. All right. So the next topic was about kind of the odds of Shohei. So, we've seen, if you're on Twitter, you're going nuts watching this stuff. And so let's see, what did I say? Trying to get there, sorry, and I'll get you to there in a minute. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's see. Okay, here. Oh, Javier, yes. We should get 2 elite pitchers at around 15 million. What's that? 150 million. Oh, give or take. You're talking cumulative. Yeah, I think so. I think they should do that. I mean, especially if they don't get Shohei, they have to. But no matter what, right, Javier? They've got to go get more money. They got to get more pitching. They need 2 legit starters. That's what I think. Okay, so I've spoken on YouTube about the odds of the Dodgers signing Shohei Ohtani. It was at 60% that they would sign him. I am changing it to 70%. Hashtag not an insider, just a feeling. And then, of course, I got some DMs and stuff like that. And, I'm just trying to think logically about this. And there's just a ton of replies. I mean, relatively speaking, there's pretty more than that and some retweets, but a lot of them aren't showing up here. I thought I had more. That's a different one. Okay. But what do you guys think? I'm looking at the logic. I'm going, okay, we're hearing Toronto. I do think the Angels are still in it. I'm talking to my boy Ryan Fala, who, coworker, drummer for Solar Haze, and Angels fan delight or deluxe. He says that for Shohei, it's about comfort, it's about respect, and things like that. So allegedly, he's comfortable in Anaheim. Can he be comfortable in Los Angeles or Toronto or let's just say Frisco? Or other places. I still think we'll get him. Yeah, I think so too, Steven. I do too. It makes too much, you kind of put on your Spock ears and you go, it's just too logical. I mean, it's 45 minutes away from Dodger Stadium. He could stay living in Newport. He can get, all the, he didn't have to worry about paying for someone to drive him there. Tell you, I really like driving myself, but if I had to drive in that traffic, that Orange County to Los Angeles traffic every day, I wouldn't mind a driver. Yeah, he wants to win. Yeah, the winning. Bob Nightingale. Oh, Bob's back. Thanks, Bob. I think he makes the announcement Saturday. Yeah, I was thinking Monday or Tuesday, but you're the insider. So yeah, I think it's coming. I think it's coming within a week. Just again, try to think logically about this. Holidays are coming. I don't know what he celebrates. None of my business, but I don't know what he celebrates. Just assume he celebrates nothing. But a lot of people are celebrating stuff, and he probably wants to, head home to Japan or something like that. Maybe no. At the same time, I gotta, I respect what he's doing. In all honesty, it kind of sucks for us as fans. I was kind of doing a lot of tweeting today. Work was sucky today. We're going to talk about that in a minute. No, I just talked. We talked a little bit about it last night. Quality of life. Oh, here it is. Yeah. When you have a life-changing decision to make, it makes sense to weigh options and take your time. Plus, a huge contract can have all sorts of complications. And you know what the Dodgers, it's like, hey, here's 50 million opt-outs, here's deferrals, here, because we're trying to get the average salary down, all that type of stuff. And at the end of the day, Shohei Ohtani is going to be on the Dodgers. That's still what I think. And I'm living with that one. But yeah, let's see. Timole, hey, I think Montgomery makes sense if no Ohtani. Me too. I think he makes sense no matter what, right? We don't have to give up picks. True. Very true about that. You'll probably sign him for 6 years with high AAV. He's a lefty. I think $300 million for Yamamoto is just too rich. Yeah, I am definitely one of those that's getting a little scared about that. Yankees are. It seems like George Steinbrenner has risen from the dead and is going bonkers. Which, yeah, good for the Yankee fans. Enjoy it. Cashman's blowing so many opportunities. He really, let's be honest, the guy had a chance to sign. Manny Machado wanted to play with the Yankees, and he blew it. Corey Seager, I think, wanted to play with the Yankees. I don't know if they were in on that. And probably New York doesn't fit Corey anyway. Texas and Corey just seems to fit. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of that one. Is Rosarina in our scope? We're speculating. We've seen that he's been, in the rumor mill a little bit, just being out there. Man, I think he would fit the Dodgers so well, like a glove. Like a glove. Hey, y'all, if you could just real quick, if you could, maybe share this stream out there. I'm kind of picked a weird time going right against the Dodger heads at Dodger Blues, so they're kind of the big boys. But if you could share out that we're doing this, it'd be cool. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, so these are big life decisions, right? So I don't know. I just I respect the fact that he is taking his time. And allegedly, Seattle, they're closing everything on Saturday. So there's speculation he's going to visit them. They have cut a lot of salary. So thanks, Javier. I appreciate it. And my numbers have been really good lately. So I think part of it's consistency. Big part of it's the chat. I think makes it terribly interesting to talk. We could talk through these things. Yeah, the Mariners might be hosting him. Allegedly, I thought I saw it somewhere that Friedman is heading out to Japan to meet with Yamamoto. I thought they would have met when he was at a Laker game. So if he's actually going out to Japan, he means business. But man, the dream Japanese contingent, right? We need the 3 Japanese musketeers, or I guess maybe it'd be samurai. I don't know. I'm not, whatever. I probably said something that's not cool or not appropriate these days. Otani, Yamamoto, Imanaga. Ship it. But yeah, Jordan Montgomery, Timothy, I really like him. I like the idea. I don't know where he slots. Probably a good solid 3, and he's a lefty, which we like. We got a ton of righties. The only lefty that's even a consideration being close to the rotation, of course, is Ryan Yarbrough. So, yeah, that's kind of it's a weak spot, and yeah. And then let's see. I'm gonna hit something real quick here. Let's see. New topic. I'm going to kind of jump into some stuff that I saw, which was Dodgers Nation pointed out. Get Yamamoto, sign Snell, trade for Arena. Yeah, done deal. Let's do it. I'm all in. You're on the right. You're on the same page. And yeah, there's other people who know Snell, but I'll take them. compared to what we have, I'll take him. Just to have that lefty. But I want I want a lefty. Imanaga, Snell, Montgomery, any of them. Snell is due for regression. Yeah, I know, because especially with bad defense behind him, that's going to be an issue for all the Dodger pitchers. So Buehler, let's talk Walker Buehler. And I think it fits into the quote narrative, which is it's really, I don't have a narrative. It's really an opinion based on logic and analysis to go. If Walker Buehler is not going to be ready to start the season, that right now, let's see, is Clint Pasilla still with Dodgers Nation? Haven't seen him around. Not too sure what's going on there. Yeah. There's some. I know that they hired JP Hoornstra, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't seen Clint around either. So yeah, you can. Yeah, Clint's top notch. Wish he'd work over here for me, with me. He's so good, and he's funny too. And and to be honest, Clint is one of my favorites because he really is one of the first people to put me on a show and to get better, work with me and to get better, help me to try to get better at this stuff. And he's helped me learn how to write articles and all that good stuff. But so yeah, hopefully maybe he's taking on vacation. Just who knows. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that he hasn't been around. But there's been no announcements. I can say that I do know, other than Hoornstra signing up. Yeah. Yeah. So Buehler. So without Buehler, the rotation today: Bobby Miller, Ryan Pepio, Emmett Sheehan, Ryan Yarbrough, and then Gavin Stone, Michael Grove. I don't know. But really, those first three are the mainstays. I think you really have a good and different pace. Yeah, really enjoy this channel. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I think that, I try to be I'm just who I am. If I were trying to be Clint, it would fail miserably, and you would all laugh at me, and you would turn it off. Or if I was trying to be Doug.com. I love that. But the rotation has, you can't, so those top three are the three guys that I would say would definitely be in the rotation today. And then you sign or trade for two more. So that would be, let's just say it's Montgomery, Burns, Miller, Pepio, Sheehan. Right? There's no one else. We can't trade Sheehan for Burns or for Cease or for anybody. We can't trade Pepio for any of those guys. It's not possible. If we do that, we're just killing ourselves. Because those are the three guys of all the rookie starters. They were the best. That's objectively, they were the best. And they've earned a chance to stick around. Now, it doesn't mean that Gavin Stone or Michael Grove, Kyle Hurt, who only had one opportunity that kind of sucked. Wish he had more. Kyle Hurt, Landon Knack, Nick Frasso, River Ryan, all those, gosh, it's so good. From that other mix, those are what you have to trade from. So Catman and May until the end of the season, yeah, they're done. Catman, just had Tommy John, so he's definitely out. May had some type of a close to a Tommy John. They said mid-season, but he's not going to be a starter. I just don't see that happening ever again. Maybe they'll try it. He'll want to because there's so much more money in being a starter than a reliever. Plus, they'll got such good upside. Yes, they do. Yes, Timothy. They do. And that's part of it, right? Those three guys did really well. Yeah, Catman will probably be out all season. I would agree with that. I gotta get it right, Is it John Rod? Let me check my really nerdy glasses here. Yeah, Mr. John Rod 7-7. Yeah, I agree. And even if they did come back, they're not going to be contributors. I mean, just look. Buehler. They tried to get Buehler to come back, and he tried, but it didn't happen. Yeah. So you can't. And we talked about it last night. We had a thing the other day. You cannot trade Pepe or Sheehan. I'm not even mentioning Miller because that dude's untouchable. No one's trading him. Anyone who trades him is gonna get slapped, and we riot. Keep checking the internet machine because I'm looking for the passing, right? Yeah, passing had one tonight, but it was for George Lopez or something like that. Yeah, they definitely won't push May back too soon this time. Yeah, very true. And his mechanics, I really do think he's a reliever. Sorry, Dustin. But I think they've got enough to trade to make those moves. They may have to pay a steeper price in some position players, like trading a really good catcher. So what happens with Buehler in 25? He has a bad season in 24. They'll have to talk about that because he's a free agent. So they will need to talk about that. I'm hoping they can figure out a contract to tie him over for the 2 years with some incentives. Maybe try to lower his AAV a little bit if they're gonna if they're gonna try and stick under the luxury tax. These are all big ifs. So I mean that's this whole freaking off season. One word, if. Or maybe when. I don't know. If, when, all these types of things are so much up in the air. Man, it's crazy. This is the off season where there's so many holes. And it's not that there's a ton of, it's just big ones. The rotation. It's like two big gaps in the rotation. And you know what? If they get 3, I'll take 3, knowing where Buehler's at. And when Buehler comes back, and if, 6-man rotation, Yamamoto's probably used to a 6-man rotation. Imanaga's probably used to a 6-man rotation. Yeah, it does suck because Catman and May are such good competitors. Yeah, they want to be cursed. They'd always hang out with him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, those guys, it is too bad. But I think they could both be really good relievers. I do. And I think they would excel. But again, it's just you don't make near as much money. A 5th starter or a 4th starter might get, 10 to 15 million a year. An ace reliever gets 10 to 15 million a year. There's the difference. I wish I could turn off some of my other notifications. Then I'll probably miss out on something. So yeah, Walker Buehler being out, and we already kind of figured he was going to be. We'd already heard he's going to be an innings limit. With him not possibly being ready, there's just no way. There's no way they could trade Sheehan and Pepio. I just again shout it from the rooftops. That doesn't make any sense. The whole upside has to be factored in, but just the fact that I consider them to be partially established major leaguers and Miller. So those 3 guys are the ones that have established themselves that they can get major league hitters out on a semi-consistent basis. Gavin Stone made progress. Michael Grove might be the bullpen piece. Kyle Hurt is a wild card, but he's not wild anymore. He used to be a little more wild, but man, he's really got it in. So maybe he's a good one. Sal, what's happening? So maybe they can figure that stuff out. But you just cannot trade these major league ready starting or semi-established ready starting pitchers. Again, Miller, Pepio, and Sheehan, untouchable. They have to be untouchable. There's just no room. unless they can rip off somebody and get, 3 guys for one. But they need to have, they're so light on major league ready starters. But but be ready for Gavin Stone being ready. But there's not as much guarantee. You need a little bit more guarantee, like with Sheehan and Pep. But Stone's is going to have a better year. I really believe that. My brain. Again, Grove bullpen hurt. Let's see what he can do. I know I'd like to see him somewhere. If you trade them, then you would need to replace them too. Yeah, so you'd be in the same place. Exactly. I've been having some of these conversations on the internet machine, and I think we get blinded by, we need to get Burns. Yes, let's get Burns, but let's figure out a way to get him in a smart way. So that, again, it was talked about last night, attaching Yelich to him or something like that. We might have to give up a younger position. Like, let's just say a Dalton Rushing. I hate to say that because I think he's so good. We may have to give him up because we can't give up those pitchers. I really hope you're right about Stone. Yeah, I do too. I think he had a rough year last year. Great spring training. Started the season not so good. And then he only had like one really decent start at OKC, and then he got promoted and struggled. There's some pitch mix stuff I think they're working on. Doug's talked about it a bit. I don't know if it was to me or on his show, but yeah, he had some pitch mix issues, and then he ended up well at OKC, which was good. Basically his command. Part of it, he abandoned him a little bit. It was so good again in spring training, and then it just something happened. But that's life. That's young pitchers. They're a little bit volatile as they're figuring things out. Then Kyle Hurt threw 2 innings of beautiful baseball, making the Padres look silly. And then Grove. Is he a starter? Is he a reliever, or is he just a stripling type Mitchell White swingman? I don't know. And then of course you get traded to the Blue Jays like those other 2 did. Knack is a solid starter, really impeccable control. So I like that. Frasso is a witch. He's a right-handed Alex Wood. All arms and legs coming at you. Yeah, and then River Ryan just throws gas, man. Super athletic, and I'm probably missing a pitcher too. But hey, at least let's talk. Just it kind of popped into my head, but we've talked about left-handed relievers, about kind of I think all of us kind of being a little sour on some guys, Ferguson and Vesia and Gonzalez, but Alec Gamboa was not picked in that Rule 5 draft. Neither was John Rooney. Those are 2 lefties that they might sneak in there somehow. Gamboa's really, he made a huge step last year. John Rooney went to the bullpen, and things definitely accelerated for him. He's the king of pick-off throws. He really is. He'll get you, man. So maybe there's some options there. But yeah, I'd like to acquire more lefties, but good ones, not lefties for lefties' sake. Talked about some other guys. Let's take a quick look at some of the other stuff that happened on the internet that I was kind of into. I thought some of this just can't be real. Let's see. Here's one of my favorite tweets of the day from a Yankees fan. I would like to take this time to thank A.J. Preller for being insane enough to give Xander Bogaerts almost $300 million without knowing if he'd be able to sign Juan Soto long term. Preach. And of course, then they did we talked about this last night, Darvish and Jake Cronenworth contracts. Just unforced errors. And then, I don't know, this can't be true. The Red Sox could be eyeing a trade for Ha-Seong Kim? No way. If that is true, it's insane. That guy is that guy's a bargain. And they need some bargains. Let's see. I wonder if our friends over at the Bleed Los podcast let's see if they hit their 1,000 subscribers. Wait, wrong one here. I'm going to do a tab so y'all can see it. Let's see. Did our compadres do it? Where is it? Where's their subscriber number? It's kind of odd. It's not showing me. Oh, there it is. It did. There it is. 1K. Good for them. Yeah, good. Congratulations to the Bleed Los folks. Let's see. Yeah, just my stuff. It was this was some interesting stuff from Dodger Beat about Joe Kelly. Let's play it. Let's see if it. I don't know if it's going to come through, so I'm not going to play it. I kind of like this one from Nathan's Hot Dog. Stop overthinking this, y'all. Ohtani is a Dodger, waking me up when I can buy his jersey. Whitman wrote, I think this is important. Didn't realize Adames is projected to make $13 million in arbitration. Yeah, the Brewers are dealing him. I don't think he's an upgrade over Gavin Lux. I just don't. Yeah. Oh, here's the thing from Dodgers Nation about the Buehler recovery, courtesy of Jack Harris of the LA Times. So probably won't see him then. Of course, there's another reason that they need to keep MLB ready and a bit proven starters like Ryan Pepio and Emmett Sheehan. Yes. Oh, look at Doug with his Jeff Pass and the GOAT. So we're waiting for him to break the news. Our friends over at the Diamond Club, the Clubcast, they went live tonight, so go back and check them out. What else we got going on? Yeah, there's my tweet earlier. Vic Davalio, former Dodger, passed away yesterday. They got him in 1977. He hadn't been in the major leagues for years. I remember when I first saw him, he was with the A's in 73 World Series, but he passed away at 84. Rest in peace to Vic Davalio. Let's see what else happened. Let's see. This was a good one from Mr. AsCat92. No one's talking about Michael Lorenzen. Good, seems like a good lower cost option for a 4 or 5 starter. I agree. He kind of fell apart after he threw his no-hitter because he threw so many pitches. That almost always happens. Pitchers go way deep, and they're not used to doing it, and they just basically die. This one guy, one MLB insider, I got him on watch. He said Shohei's joining the Dodgers. Actually, we shall see. If he's wrong, and of course I replied later, hey, what's the timing? So it's really easy to go out. So I can go out and make a quote prediction. I actually say I'm not an insider and all that. That's a fact. There's our guys with the Diamond Clubcast there, new friends of the show. But it's easy to go out and do this. You can make it nice and vague and all that type of stuff. Kind of like it's a very political thing. But if they're wrong, we need to kind of go out and just make sure that I already took a snapshot of that thing. Oh, there's us. Yeah. So looks like not much else is happening. I don't know. Any further thoughts? Looks like I don't want to just spend time trying to make stuff up, but I don't know. I don't really have much else. Give you a couple minutes. I don't know. I wonder how behind the chat is versus when I'm talking. It's kind of, I don't know. But yeah, okay. Well, we are heading towards the weekend. Friday, I might go see, hopefully, Depeche Mode. We'll see if my wife wants to go. I may just go by myself. $600 million for Ohtani, 12 years, will be dead weight after 7th year. Nobody will take on that contract. I'm not disagreeing with that. They have to make up that money somehow. So they would have to be making that up in sales and merchandise like the first 6 years. Yeah. There's a good argument, a really good argument to say that to not sign Ohtani. Amy Cuevas over there at the Bleed Lows podcast, she's against it. Which is, hey, good for, she takes a stand and she has really good reasoning. I'm not going to disagree, I want him, so I'm not, I kind of disagree, but I'm not going to go, oh, you're just full of crap. It's actually good analysis too. So it's, like I said, perfectly legit to not want Ohtani. And really, if they get Ohtani and don't get any pitching, it's not going to matter. It's just not. So they have to get the pitching. Ohtani is almost, because he's such a once-in-a-lifetime player, I get it. I really want to win in 2024. I want a couple parades. If Ohtani's going to get us there, that's great, but he's not going to help us on the mound. That's for sure. I'm trying to get a refresh here just in case. My phone's jacked up here. Let's see. I don't think I had you guys even looking at the tweets, but I was going through it. Yeah, perfectly legit to go. Shohei is not a good call. And I think the Dodgers are also going through that in their head. And you kind of go, if some other team like Gigante's doing it and they blow the contract, I don't know if they can absorb it like the Dodgers can. I can understand Ohtani taking his time. Yep, I'm just a little surprised Friedman didn't make him an offer that he couldn't say no to. Yeah, Friedman's been preparing for this for years. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Friedman's getting cold feet. I don't know. It's a lot of money, and I think Friedman has a lot of his reputation at stake now. I think he's no longer what he was a couple years ago in terms of trust that the fans have. What do they say? In Friedman we trust. I think that's kind of falling apart a little bit after the last couple of years, and people are going, well, it's not just Doc. It's leadership. So it's not just Dave Roberts, it's leadership, and of course Friedman is at the top of the chain there for leadership. So I think that's why for him it's a bigger offseason. And really, it doesn't matter how the offseason goes, even though it would be nice to get a really good offseason. What does matter is the season and winning the World Series. And we got to at least get past the first round, my goodness. But you have to have pitching to win. We've seen that over and over. The Rangers pitching stepped it up, including Jordan Montgomery, even though I still think he's going back to the Rangers. What a good ride for him. Man, I wish the Dodgers got him. Probably wouldn't have mattered the way the team hit. So it's one of those things. They need to hit better. They just need to be ready in the playoffs. They just weren't. They weren't ready in the playoffs. Organizational failure. It's not a narrative about this or that. It's there. I know people go, well, you're creating narratives. No, I'm not creating a narrative. I'm looking at it and going, the Dodgers failed 3 of the last 5 years in the first round. It's not just luck. They were not prepared, especially the last 2 years. And it's worse in 2023 because they should have learned from 2022 and they learned nothing. And they did worse against a worse team. So there we go. Look tired too. Yeah. But I think they look bored and uninspired. It's like, yeah. You know what? Diamondbacks are looking good. Maybe they're going to challenge and really push the Dodgers. They need to be pushed. I don't want to be pushing like they had to do against the Giants, but I want them to be able to push, at least to have the clinch with a week left instead of it seems like 2 months. They just ran away with it again. It seemed they were done. Offense was stagnant. Yeah, just dead. Like they were. I think Mookie and Freddie need to sit more because of that tired issue. And then Outman admitted he was a little, that first play, he was a little nervous there. That's why you need some October bats, the guys that are used to it and have that confidence. The Jock Petersons, the Kiki Hernandezes, CT3 sometimes when he's healthy. Randy Arozarena, of course. Corey Seager's established into that, but we're not getting Corey. But there's players out there that have that October mentality, and the Dodgers can afford to do that. They had such a disastrous season with injuries. Props to Dave Roberts for holding that thing together. So many injuries, and they still won 100 games. What are you guys thinking? Who cares now? You freaking won the division by 16 games. That's over 2 weeks worth of games. You can afford to lose a couple because you have Jock Peterson has to sit out a game because he's, got an upset stomach from too many donuts. Jock's going to show up in October, though. Kike's going to show up in October. So that's kind of where it's at. All right. Any other questions? Give a couple more minutes, and then we'll see if there's anything to talk about. If not, we'll move on to getting ready for tomorrow. I got to still work a few hours tomorrow, even though it's off Friday. We had our whole infrastructure down at work today, so it was really bad trying to figure stuff out we needed to do. Let's see. So I'm going to read this real quick. Dave told us to get manager of the year. I thought he should at least been in the top 3. Let me go pull this up. I don't know how true this is, and I don't know if it's even legal. But I just saw this. Okay. I don't know who this guy, Hunter LaCastro. So I don't know if it's real, but let's throw it out there. Jeff Passan just now on ESPN Radio. This was written a few minutes ago. I wouldn't put this out there if I didn't think it was legit, but some people close to Ohtani in this process say he is seeking ownership stakes from interested teams. Okay. But how does that work in terms of salary for... Let's see. Okay, now this one responds. So this is okay. Let's put this down now. Let's debunk it. This is false. As active MLB players are not allowed to own or share part ownership of an NFL team or MLB team. Okay, I'll buy that. Let's see. You don't need to show that. Yeah. So maybe that's a big false flag. So if you see that, look into it. Let's see if anything else. I just destroyed a McRib. No question at this time. Dodgers Andrew living it. And Steve Douglas, our guy. Or did the McRib destroy you? That's my boy. Show off my hoodie. It's actually, watch out. Crizzo alert. It says he is him. It's got a drawing of Christ. So that's what that is. From a guy named Ruslan. Bless God Studios, Ruslan KD. That's my guy that I listen to a lot for good encouragement, faith stuff. Highly recommend him. I'm not doing it as a Dodger lady, but as a can't represent everyone on my staff the same way. But Ruslan KD has been very, very cool. And so that's where I got it from. He is him. Let's see. One thing is, I can't wear black hoodies. Yeah. Thanks, Javier and Steven. I can't wear black hoodies or black hats. What? Look, I'm going to throw on a black hat real quick. I'll show you what it does. Let's see. Actually, it's not too bad because it's the whole background stuff. I have a green screen behind me that makes all this happen. So it kind of gets a little weird and it blacks out in a different way. So I don't know if you could even see, but it is. Let's see. Let's see. It is. It's a black LA hat. It's my concert hat. So I like to go to some of the punk rock type shows. Just about every dude 25 and up has on like a black t-shirt type thing, or even worse, guys with no shirt. All sweaty. And then a black hat. But I got to do mine with the LA. So, and but yeah, I like my black hat. Let's see. Oh boy, here comes the Major League Baseball Insider. Wait, what? That's old. Hold on. Oh, he already deleted it probably. Yeah, passing, he does this third thing, and it's Jorge Lopez. Thanks. What is this guy? See, these guys are on watch. My track record. Keep an eye on Shohei Ohtani's Instagram page is what he's saying. Okay, we'll be doing that, I'm sure. I swear, man. These guys are good. These guys are good. It still says Los Angeles Angels, so whatever. No, when I wear like a black sweatshirt or a t-shirt, it really blends in weird, and it looks like sometimes it'll try to go through it, and so it'll have the background on. So I'm surprised that with the black hat I don't have the background through it. That's cool. Technology is interesting. I really enjoyed, all that messing around with technology, but let's see what else is going on out there, folks. I keep not showing you guys the screen, so I am sorry about that. I need a director. Oh, this is Juan Soto is somehow still younger than Aaron Judge was when he made his MLB debut. Holy smokes. Hey, if they don't get Shohei and Soto's available next year for the Dodgers, do you want him as your DH? Just asking. I like Juan Soto a lot. Come on. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. So what's his dog name? I'm calling it his Dodger. That's what I'm calling him. I'm going to call him Dodger. Because that's one of the hints, right? Sources: Blue Jays believed to have made Godfather offer to Shohei Ohtani. They made him an offer he can't refuse. That's the whole Godfather thing. Said sources with knowledge of the negotiations. This is huge. And who is this guy? Peter on Main. 71 followers. Okay, waste our time. My boy JT Dutch, Joseph. Can people just stop lying for 2 seconds? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to mute Ohtani on here, but I'm getting tired of all the made up BS. Kind of don't blame him. It's like it's just getting painful. Let's see. Trad West. All right, little Crizzo stuff out there. All right, so oh boy. Who is this? Wrong answers only. Alex Verdugo. All right, stupid internet machine. Yeah, so if you see this thing for this Hootie LaCastro, who, let's see his followers, 570 followers. I mean, um, he's, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of, quote, fake news. Verify it. Be careful what you tweet. If you tweet it, just make sure you put your own, what's it called? Just put a good question of doubt on it, and then keep your eye on them so you can pound them if they lie. But if they're right, you can congratulate them. But yeah, Dodgers Zach, no way he announces it on IG. If he does, yeah, it'd be crazy. So this guy, this insider guy, yeah, is Ohtani's dog named Blue Jay? Let's hope not. Or blue something. If he was blue, it wouldn't matter because it could be Dodgers or Blue Jays, right? Because there was the, remember Blue's Clues? I had kids at the time, little kids at the time. The dog named Blue. So if it names his name Blue, is it Blue Jays? Could be Dodger Blue. Who knows? Yes, the internet is oh so entertaining. I gotta admit it. It cracks me up. Some of those reels that I see on Instagram. I have. There was one, and it was like I'm in bed, my wife's asleep next to me, and I'm just laughing so hard. The next morning she goes, could you not, laugh so hard? You woke me up because I was shaking so much because it was so freaking funny. Just so many funny things, but also some inspiring things, man. I see this. Was it Bishop Marmari or something like that? I don't know. He's a Syrian, just totally inspiring, game changing for me. But I just there's so much funny stuff out there and inspiring and silly, and then of course there's some good indoctrination. I don't do what's it called, TikTok. I have a channel on TikTok for the Dodger stuff, but I don't use it. I publish to it, but I don't sit there and go through TikTok. Instagram has been fine. It doesn't put a bunch of, put it this way, TikTok in China, who controls it, it's all about education and making people better. But when they do it everywhere else, it's trash. So just remember that if you're on TikTok, filter it out in your head somehow. But yeah, I think we're about done. I appreciate you all again. We have, we're on Ohtani watch, right? It just feels like it's been going a while. And we're on trade watch for the Dodgers. They are going to get two pitchers. They are. Let's just hope it's not just Lugo and Giolito. If it is, we're in trouble. And then Andrew Friedman's really on the hot seat. Let's see, nothing. Okay, good. So that's all I got. Let's just end it. Let's see, that's almost an hour. So thanks for coming on. I wasn't sure I was going to go on tonight because I worked real late, but why not? There's enough. As long as I've got something to talk about, I'm not going to try to just make something up. I tell it to everyone that'll listen. TikTok is horrible. Yeah, I just don't bother with it other than publishing some stuff. Yeah, not a fan of propaganda, but all right, cool. Well, thanks everybody, and I guess we will probably see you tomorrow. Alex Mallory did get a hold of me, so we'll get him on. Maybe we'll have Trinidad again on Sunday. And tomorrow's questionable. If I go see Depeche Mode, I won't be doing a show. And of course, maybe that's when the news will break, which is fine. I'll do a show from my seat if I end up going. So we'll see. I always want to go to everything, but I can't. But I'm hoping to see Depeche Mode. I've seen them twice before. Dieter Rule's favorite band, the organist for the Dodgers, and they're really good live. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. I will, of course, talk to you later. God bless you all. Go Dodgers. Have a great Friday. Stay safe. Let's get Ohtani.